guys, I'm Queen of Wrestling, and today I'm joined by PPRAY.
Hi.
Thanks for having us. I'm PP. This is Ray.
Hi. I am the Ray of PPRAY.
So, how was your guys' match tonight? Did you have fun?
We always have fun. I don't think I've ever been in the ring with Peter and not have fun.
Yeah, we always have a good time, and today we tried something new and brought a little more flash to our dance, I guess.
Flash dance.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah,
So my first question is, what made you guys decide to be a tag team?
It was random, like random chance. It was Hollywood at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. The producers had nothing for us, pretty much. So they stuck us together with another person. Well, it was Rico Dynamite.
Yeah, Rico Dynamite.
Yeah, and then it just kind of flourished from there.
We were in a couple six-man tags and other tag matches, and we also teamed up in PWG in my debut there, and Peter was already established there. And just had this natural chemistry of working together. This weird.
It worked in where we teamed. Like we had a weird chemistry that I didn't have with a lot of people, where it was together, where we were teaming, and then also as opponents. It was just I was like, oh, this works. And then we later found out that we have the same birthday. So we think that might be like
on the same day.
Yeah,
not same year, but same day.
Same day, June 14. So we think it might be like a galactic thing that put us together. Or something.
Yeah, we just somehow just found each other, and it worked. And it took us a long time to make it like, you have something, and then we had something. We're holding on to something good, and it took a while for us to mold it and get it to what it is now. We've been teaming
since 2012.
So yeah, for a good while.
Yeah. Middle of 2012, and then 2013, I think we started to really find our footing. We had a name, and then just kept going from there. A few years later, I know he hurt his knee. That stopped us, our momentum. And then when he came back, we were kind of doing individual, single stuff. But the team was kind of always there, and people always had it in their head that they liked it. They would always ask us about it, even when we were doing our individual things.
Right.
And then it took Joey Ryan.
Yeah, and actually, Joey Ryan was the booker in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood when we started teaming.
Yeah. Our first tag match was against Joey Ryan and the Kevin Martinson, the former Johnny Goodtime at the time. Yeah.
So when we started just being a tag team, clicking together, Joey was the booker, and then our first official match as PPRAY was Big Hunky Kev and Joey Ryan, and they were the Happening.
Yeah.
And then
we didn't have a name. We were just Peter Avalon and Ray Rosas.
We couldn't agree on a name, and then everybody's pitching names for us. And Guns and Rosas was the one I hated.
That was the one that almost happened. Was Guns and Rosas. We both hated it.
I wanted a tag name, but like in today's climate, it wouldn't have been very appropriate at all.
Yeah, we wanted to be called the Sexual Assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you say it the right way, we're an assault. We're not. But then it's like, it's not going to work in today's tumultuous times.
PPRAY kind of happened because like on a tweet kind of thing.
We would just
because he's PPA and I'm just Ray Rosas. I have no moniker or nothing. It's for almost 10 years. And so then, like, I think it was like, oh, well, we just put it together with like Brangelina and like whatever. So we were PPRAY, and it was kind of like a joke or like a half serious type thing.
Fans started chanting it in the crowd, and then it got put on a flyer.
All it takes is one promoter to put on a flyer, and it's you're stuck with it. And we were, and I honestly, I cannot stand the name, but it's our brand and it's us. It's who we are.
I think I've justified it, I've justified it to us recently that it's like, okay, I like it now because it's like we have like a late '80s new wave vibe going on. So you have Duran Duran, Talk Talk, Oingo Boingo, PPRAY. So it's like it's along the same.
Another question is, what was it like wrestling in PWG together?
Stressful?
It's very stressful. You're walking on eggshells there because it's a lot. You have to compete on a whole other level when you're there.
We're also not 10 years in at the time.
Yeah, we were pretty green and we weren't as polished as we were now. If we went back now, we'd be able to handle it.
The PWG fans would have no idea what they're seeing, and they would love it. Like we're Bar Wrestling's favorite tag team. We'd be PWG's favorite tag team, like easily. Any tag team we would tear it up with them. I think we're better.
Well, one of our goals that we got to accomplish there was we got to compete in the DDT4 tournament, and that made us like we were legitimate like as a tag team. There.
Got to work Brian Cage and Michael Elgin.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Effing machines.
So another question is, you guys share the same birthday, and you had a birthday bash. Do you guys want to do another one next year?
Well, that's already been kind of talked about.
We're in talks for
yeah,
that.
it's nothing set in stone.
Peter and I are negotiating.
Because June 14, this of our birthday was on a Thursday, so we have 3 years to run birthday shows potentially on a weekend.
So it'd be like this year, the next following year it'll be Friday, and then the year after that it'd be a Saturday,
And then a Sunday.
And a Sunday, so we can keep going. But it was very trying on us. It was very hard for us to pull that show off because we were doing a lot of the work ourselves.
Yeah.
And
We had I had some help from a lot of help from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, but other than that, it was just us hustling, and that was our show. We made it, and we
it was our baby, and it was very successful. Everybody.
It was profitable.
It was very profitable.
Yeah. So that's all you can ask for in a show, is that you make some money, birthday money too. So.
Yeah.
My next question is, you guys actually feuded in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and had a cage match. What was it like wrestling against like your best friend?
My favorite feud of my entire career at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. It is.
I only agreed to go back to Championship Wrestling Hollywood if I could wrestle Peter, because his story was it was there. That's what it needed to be. I come back from injury. He had just.
Jesse Goddard?
Oh, him? Yeah.
Mr. Spectacular, I'm a huge fan.
Over there? There he is. Hey, good to see you.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke. Very inside.
We worked Mr. Spectacular at Bar Wrestling along with Austin.
It was Team Big Brother.
Big Brother, yeah.
But the cage match, going back to that, it's one of my favorite matches because it was very old school style.
All the storytelling was very old school. Was I champion still?
No, you
No, I
weren't.
was not champion. I was cutting promos about explaining why I did what I did. I was just professional, and then he comes back. He gets a big ovation coming back. People were into it. We teased that PPRAY was going to come back. We had an entrance, and I turned on him, and we created some incredible television.
I would say we can be super discount Adam Pearce Cole Cabana to the level of like the way that we portrayed ourselves on that. We were like, we just hated each other. And it was a good story of best friends turned enemies. And you're in there and you're like, Peter and I have my best matches with Peter, wrestling with him as a partner and against him as an opponent.
Same.
My last match of my career probably will be against Peter. But that you go into that cage match, you got special setup or special main event, and with all these circumstances, so you were like, we're gonna give it to each other hard, but at the same time, we were like, I gotta take care of my friend.
Yeah.
But I remember I dumped him right on top of his dome.
Sure did.
And then I just dropped him right on his head, and then I had to give myself a receipt by over bumping for him. And
I remember we were beating the shit out of each other, just punches and kicks. It's like, what are we doing?
yeah, we're friends doing this to each other.
And like we both were bleeding. I'm jumping off the top of the damn cage, and like I would have never done that with anybody else. The fact that I was in there with Ray Rosas is like, okay, I have to have my Kurt Angle moment, and I want to have it with my friend, my best friend. Yeah. That match is still probably my favorite match, and it was an incredible way to start 2018. We filmed it that was the very first episode of Hollywood to play for 2018.
Let's talk about 2018. Mm-hmm. I say that 2018 has to be our greatest year ever so far,
as individuals and tag team.
Yeah, because bar wrestling really revitalized us, because we were kind of, like I said, we were kind of doing single stuff and off on our own, doing this and that, and I think because we grew as individuals, we were able to bring it back to the table to the team, because the chemistry was always there. The chemistry never leaves. Mm-hmm. But now that we grew as individuals, grew as wrestlers and as people, and now we have a better understanding. Now that we were bigger in size, and people, now we have a little more intensity and conviction and believability,
and way more polished.
Yeah, well, that makes a big difference. I go back and watch some of the old stuff, and it's still pretty good and entertaining. But you're like, oh my god, mm-hmm. that particular spotter match was horrible.
Yeah.
But now we know we have I kind of feel like we have a pulse on the audience now. Anywhere we go, we kind of know what we can do to be different and be entertaining and have great matches, depending and who we're wrestling, and whoever our opponent is doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter. We're gonna have a hell of a match with whoever, and I know on a personal level, and I know Ray, we pride ourselves on being able to do that. Have a good match with anybody and everybody.
You know, it's really funny because Kevin Martinson was saying, like, currently, right now, indie wrestling is so popular that this is what made him come back because of the scene. So, is there anybody currently as a tag team that you two would love to go against?
That we haven't?
Yes.
I always say to him, I want LAX. Yeah.
Billy and Chuck.
Yeah. if Indies teams, I want LAX. But if overall teams, I want Billy and Chuck.
I know I want to crack at the Bucks again, the
Yeah.
Young Bucks again, because we wrestled them very, very early in our tag team career. And,
Yeah.
and
It wasn't what it could have been.
it wasn't what it could have been, especially what it could be now. Man, there's a lot of teams. The Briscoes.
Yeah.
The Briscoes.
I want
good.
SCU. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter the trio combination.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
We can get Joey Ryan and we can wrestle all three of them.
Yeah,
Get
that
the,
is true.
The Lustus League.
Lustus League versus SCU. That's money.
I think Rockness Monsters versus you guys again.
That is it's
Rockness is like the
that's our rivalry.
Yeah, that's the Steve Austin to our Rock.
Yeah.
That's the Bret Hart to our Shawn Michaels. We've been feuding with them forever. So today was kind of weird because we were partners with them.
Yeah, so it's a little weird. We hate Yuma.
Still do. We teamed with them. We still hate them. But that's one of our biggest rivalries. And again, like they're better. They're much more polished now.
Yeah.
So anything we can produce now, we're older, we're smarter,
Yeah.
we're safer. So we'd be able to produce a very different, entertaining match than we did years ago.
Incredible matches.
What has been your favorite feud as like a tag team or individual competitors?
Los Banditos, I'd say. Does that sound about right?
Rico Dynamite and Bad Dude Tito when they were a tag team as Los Banditos.
At AWS for our tag team titles.
I think we wrestled them in like 4 different promotions.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. It's one of those feuds where like it was the turn was taken on the loop.
I think we had 3 or 4 matches at the Santino Brothers Dojo. We had 1 at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
So much
Yeah,
more.
and then we had a bunch at AWS that ended in a tag team cage match where Ray Rosas and Tito both were bloodied to hell.
bucket.
Bloodied so much that it looked like Rico and I were also just we were covered in their blood, but it looked like we were bleeding. Yeah.
I had a huge gash here, and the blood's just pouring. I'm scared. I'm scared because I'm bleeding so much. But I remember Rick Knox was telling me, he's like, your color looks great, brother. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I put a little put at ease there. But yeah, with the Banditos, we were always having great matches. At one point, we wrestled them at a company called AOW, and we didn't plan anything beforehand. We just kind of
Just went in there.
We're just gonna let's call it in the ring. We wrestled each other so many times, we know all our cues and spots.
Yeah.
So we just went out there and called it, and it still went. And people don't believe us.
Nothing was called.
Yeah,
Not one thing.
We'll never. I don't think we'll ever see that match. When that match
No.
will see the light of day. But
Come on, AOW.
fuck.
But like those 2 teams that we just mentioned were probably the Rockness Monsters and Los Banditos are probably who shaped us as a team very early on. Yeah.
And then of course we're our feuding with each other.
Yeah.
So we had a feud at Insane Wrestling League.
Yeah.
Where we wrestled each other. We wrestled each other for 30 minutes without even trying.
Yeah, and then we had the next show was a 30-minute.
Another 30-minute match.
Yeah, Iron Man, I think. Yeah.
I remember telling, I don't know if I told you, but I told a few people that if I was planning to retire and I was going to retire, that was going to be my last match, the New Era 10 match, because we went for 30 minutes and we did so much and it was so epic that I was like, cool, like if that's the last one, that's fine, it's the last one. But I'm glad I didn't quit because now we're just having a blast here at Bar and Nuclear Heat and AWS too sometimes and Championship Wrestling Hollywood. Like these are all the core companies. MPW, Millennium Pro Wrestling. These are all the core companies that I tend to focus on now. I like having the luxury of us being able to pick and choose where we can work and set our terms that we want to work them. And I very rarely now take bookings without Peter.
Yeah. Really my only individual singles bookings end up being Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Anything that comes off of that. Yeah, most of my bookings are tag.
I just know that the act is more over together than me being by myself, or
Yeah.
It's like we can get a lot more mileage out of it.
Yeah.
Speaking of MPW, you actually had a feud with Aurora Star and Daniel Moon. What was that like?
Man, they're great. They're very entertaining. I love them both to death.
They work very hard.
They do work very hard. I try to keep a close eye on what they're doing and how they're doing and. I tried to take a teacher mentor role at MPW with a lot of the guys there, Moon especially. So
And on a tangent, because of him doing that, MPW has absolutely transformed. It was a joke. I hate to say that out loud, but you absolutely know it was. It was a joke in a lot of people's eyes. It's not a joke anymore. People respect it. We have guys that want to come in and wrestle and help these students besides just Ray and I. You know what I mean? I'm wrestling on these shows. We had Tyler Bateman wrestling on the shows. We had Watts wrestling on the shows.
Rays came on.
Rays, SoCal Crazy. So we have a lot of people who want to come and help out because the energy has been shifted to now a healthy learning environment. There's some incredible students coming out of there.
Young talent there. That I'm hoping to break out.
Danny Devine, Brendan Devine, Daniel Moon,
and
Aurora Star.
Moon and Star. Again, they're kind of picking and choosing. They're being kind of timid stepping into the scene because it's tough to be at a home promotion and be strictly at your particular home promotion and then have to branch out.
Cut your teeth and other things.
So I try to help by, especially with the Divine Brothers, when we took them down to Ground Zero. We took them down there, wrestled a couple matches with them to help them meet people, and now they're networking and our B-, our student B-.
Yeah, B-.
He's branching out and doing a lot of great stuff. Frankie Frank and Osiris Mittens, those guys are getting out there and they're doing stuff. So it feels very rewarding because we got a student we're getting ready to debut.
We had a student who started with me, and when it got to a point where the class that I was running, it was hard for him to continue, so I was like, go to Ray as well. So he's been going back and forth with me and with Ray Rosas, and he's now been training for a little bit more than a year, and I think he's going to be something. He's a solid kid, and he's a great kid.
Yeah, you got a great. All it really takes is just a good attitude and hardworking attitude. Mm-hmm. Because I wasn't very athletic when I started training. And I wasn't very coordinated. But it just takes hard work and dedication and a good attitude. You got to be willing to take the bumps, take the hits, and move forward. I used to drive from Lancaster all the way to Norwalk 3 times a week to go to training and progress because this is what I wanted to do. And you can't take any shortcuts. Sometimes you're just gifted physically and you pick it up real fast. Other times you have to sit and just practice your rolling and your bumps for weeks and months and on end.
Sometimes you never get it.
So you transitioning from being just a straight wrestler to now being a coach, mentor has this whole other list of challenges that's got, and Peter and I are both learning how to do that. We were just talking the other day about how we don't even really want the responsibility of having the weight in our words that we're telling people that are just hanging on and taking our advice, and so now we're partially responsible for them, and we're barely responsible for ourselves.
Yeah, we're still hustling to make us,
and have it's very humbling to have these people call it sir and this and that, but it's you try. It's this kind of power that it's like having the Philosopher's Stone. I don't want it, but I end up it ends up in my pocket for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because I want it, but I don't want to use it. I guess, or I forgot the book, but
whatever.
You get the reference. Whatever. It's weird transitioning from just worrying about yourself, worrying about the team, now to worrying about people that are representing you as they go out.
It's just going from the followers into leaders, and
so
now
now
transition.
Like having Aurora Star and Daniel Moon representing me as an extension of myself and my training and stuff that I've taught them, I'm proud of that, and I'm fine with that because they're good.
So you were actually the longest reigning Championship Wrestling from Hollywood champion. What was that like?
I was given the ball and I was able to run with it, and it was nerve-wracking. I wasn't initially supposed to be the longest reigning Heritage champion. It just kind of happened, and Joe Schmo's rolling in his grave because of it. But it was an incredible thing. And it really solidified my transition into professional Peter, and really that transition from Pretty Peter into professional Peter is really big in my career. So that's probably the most important thing that came out of my title reign, was that transition, and now I am what I am now.
It was kind of do or die for him, because you're given the top title and you're given the main event spots. You're expected to be the champion.
I have to perform. I have to have good matches every time.
You have to draw the crowd, draw the ratings. Mm-hmm. You're responsible for all that, and if he wasn't doing that, he wouldn't have been in it as long.
Absolutely.
So there was people that believed in him, and he was able to perform.
to
Being able
perform for them.
being able
Yeah,
to go out there.
I got some good matches out of it. I got Colt Cabana. I was able to beat Colt Cabana. I got a match with Kurt Hawkins. So it was like it was good opportunities for me. Big Duke, Tyler Bateman. Eventually, once I dropped the belt, I got to feud with my mans here. So yeah, no, it was one of the best things to happen to me, and I'm glad I was given the opportunity to run with it.
You guys are the current AWS Tag Team Champions, and you guys recently went against Leva Bates and Delilah Doom. What was that like?
Well, that was fun because
lot of fun.
they had hit us up. We'll be another 5 minutes, brother. I know you're right. We're gonna wrap this up, so we're gonna finish this and maybe one more. With that, they were asking us what our gimmick was and how. And it's hard to describe what PPRAY is or who we are. I don't know. I really don't know who we are. We're just ourselves amplified to 11. As much as I hate that,
Fun guys.
I hate that cliche. But they asked us what they could compliment us in terms of cosplay, what they do. And I was like, they were like, oh, we were thinking about being glam rockers and this and that. And I was like, oh, so you guys can be like gemming the holograms.
Yeah.
And then maybe Peter would be like, me and Peter would be He-Man or G.I. Joe. I wanted to cosplay as something, but they were like, oh, no, that sounds like a really good idea, gem the holograms. And then they were like, oh, we're gonna do that for Shimmer instead. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then it came, and I just get these ideas that pop into my head, and it's like, oh shoot, this is perfect, and it's just, I don't know, they just kind of tend to work out, and I'm like since we were still part of Hate at the time, and we were just the opposite of what we are here at Bar, just Hate. We don't dance, we're very serious, no fun.
Yeah, it's no fun.
So then I was like, dude, what better thing is to have them, especially for that particular AWS crowd, is have them be us and come out as us, face each other. So they were all about it.
It was amazing.
And I know that Leva wasn't really familiar with us. I mean, she knew us.
Yeah.
We've met her a couple times before, but not really familiar with our gimmick. But she was all game, all gung ho about it. So bless her for that.
It was amazing.
And then they committed 100% to looking up videos and asking us.
Delilah
and
put a
teaching,
mustache on.
We're teaching them our movements.
She drew a
and everything,
mustache on.
and then we kind of used it to turn us back into our regular selves. It's one of the I just get these ideas that pop in my head like, oh, let's say cosplay as us. Oh hey, it's this Breastlemania, it's for breast cancer awareness. Let's wear
nipple tassels.
Yeah. It's just one of those things like the opportunity is perfect for whatever this idea has come. Epiphany happens. So.
Do you guys have any advice for people who want to be in a tag team?
Good luck.
You have to train together.
Yeah.
That's I think a lot of guys will be thrown together and they had to try to come up with let's do this tag move, let's do this tag combo. But with Peter and I, we didn't have tag. We only had like 2 tag moves.
Our bread and butter tag move, the smash and dash in the corner, was invented on accident.
Yeah, because we were just fucking around in before a show.
Yeah.
We were just like, hey, this and then
we were like laughing, cracking jokes, like, oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. And then some other team somewhere else is claiming they invented it. We invented that move,
Smash and dash 2012.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Copyright.
Registered trademark.
Peter Avalon Enterprises. But it's like you have to train together. You actually have to have chemistry together. Some guys were like, "Oh, let's do this move," but then the placement's all wrong. Like I said, Peter and I took us a good while for us to learn how to be in the right spots for our certain moves and combos. And sometimes we just cut moves and combos out. Yeah, we used to have certain finishes, and we really weren't feeling the rest. We cut them out.
Cut them out. Don't need them.
So this is like we don't overcomplicate. We're still learning little tag tricks here and there. PJ Black also tag trip at the last bar wrestling.
Yeah, we're always learning new things.
So we're always learning new things. We're always picking up new things. We've trained together. Similar mindset in wrestling. So it's just like all these things factor into actually teaming with somebody. You can just be not just being friends, but it's just being like-minded in wrestling, having the same mindset, same.
Sometimes you might not even be friends. It's just about it's just about business and chemistry.